Hey everybody, it's your girl Darvinique getting on here real quick. I thought about something after I posted my last video, and to all my Christians, to all my new believers, to all those who are looking to stand and do what's right. It is not always easy. No, it's not easy all the time. Sometimes God will give you grace and authority to stand your ground for certain situations, and sometimes you just really have to walk this thing out. And with that being said, for those who know me, who used to know me, who think they know me, of my past, I used to do a lot of janky stuff, boosting. I used to just do a lot of stuff that just was, if I didn't want if I couldn't get it, I found a way to get it. I don't care if I had to steal it. I don't care how I had to finesse it. I don't care this XYZ. So after I got saved, of course, the Lord delivered me. I came across some scriptures, for him who used to steal, don't steal no more, but work with your hands and stuff like that. Long story short, I know somebody who was still out there in that lifestyle, and they knew I had changed my life around. They knew, and I knew that they weren't changed, but at the same time, I thought that because they knew my life was changed, that somehow they would do the right thing by me. Well, anyways, a lot of my like old jewelry that I used to have, mind you, a lot of the stuff that I got when I would steal, and people used to think, man, she's so fly, she's so fly. Well, a lot of that stuff that I had stolen after I got saved, I didn't even want it no more. I felt led to get rid of it because it was so many memories, spirits. I felt like it was so many spirits tied to it. Like, for example, if I had something that I knew, if I had something that I had stole a while ago and I still had it in my closet, when I go to pick it up, it will bring back all those memories about how I got it. Like the day I walked into the store, the rack I was hiding behind when I stuffed it in my bag, like the whole thing, all those memories. And I didn't have a peace about that. It gave me anxiety, and I was like, nah, I can't keep this. So I got rid of a lot of stuff. Now I'm left with nothing. I'm starting from scratch. And I want to still be beautiful. I want to still look nice, but I want to do it the right way. And at the time when I was thinking like that, I didn't have all the finances to re-get a lot of the stuff that I got rid of. So I was at the store with somebody, and I'm not gonna say who the person is, just for their confidentiality. And I was like, oh man, I really like these. And he's like, you like those? I was like, yeah. I was like, I used to have a whole bunch of these. I like all these right here. And the way I'm telling you the story makes it seem like I'm hitting at that person to take them for me, but that's not what I was doing. I'm just squeezing a gallon to a pint, and I just, like, the way it's coming out, me saying it right now, it seems like that. But I'm like, I remember looking at those like, man, I used to get all of those. Now, mind you, when I go shopping now, I look at the price and I'll be like, dang, I can't even get that right now. And I'm like, dang, these are only this much. These are only this much. And even if they're not that expensive, with my budget that I have right now, I'm not even able to afford it. So, but I thank God because He always got a way of working it out and teaching me how to be content with what I have. And then when I do get stuff, I cherish it and value it a lot more. There's a lot more honor behind the products that I buy, and the jewelry and the decorations and stuff that I get. So anyways, this person was like, oh, I got these necklaces or whatever. They was like, I'll get you some. If you want some, I'll get you some necklaces. And I was like, okay. And now remember, going back, I said that I thought that because that person knew I had changed my life around, that if they would get anything for me, they would get it the right way because they know my lifestyle now, right? Not the case. So I'm just like, I started getting anxiety when I was like, oh, I'm about to come over and I'm about to bring you all the stuff. And I remember, like, before they had even showed up, I just didn't have a peace about it. And it was like God had showed me, like, I felt led, like the Holy Spirit was like showing me, like, this person did not get this the way you expected them to get it. They boosted it. They stole it. Let's just keep it flat out real. And I was like, man. And so the person came over my house, and I went to the back to do something. I think I went in my room or whatever. I don't know. I went to the back, and when I came out, it was like all these necklaces, over 20 something jewelry pieces laid out on my living room floor. And I looked at the person. They kind of looked uneased, because I think they were able to sense, like, what is she about to say? Something don't feel right. Right? So, and if they were sensing that, they were absolutely correct, because this wasn't right. So I said to the person, I said, look, I looked him right in the eyes. I said, I know how you got these, and I can't accept them. I will not keep them. Take them all back with you. And that person was like, okay. So they picked them all up. They gathered them all up. And they took them. They took them and they left. And they left too. And at that was really hard. That was not easy, but I felt God standing next to me to make such a stand, to take a stand, because the old me would have been like, okay, cool. Thank you for all of this. I would have been flaunting and showing it off and stuff like that, feeling good when I get dressed. It just wasn't in me. It would have just been me going along with that person stealing. And it's like the devil came around again to try me in a different way, I just can't do it. I just couldn't do it. So they wind up packing up all the stuff, and they wind up taking it with them. And on the way out, it was like that person had an aha moment about me. You could just sense it in the atmosphere. It was like a shift. And it was like, wow, this person has really changed. That's what they were thinking about me. This person has completely changed. And not only that, they were saying that about me. They were also thinking like about themselves. I need to get my stuff together. I need to get my life together. So me making that stand put a conviction in that person's heart or that person's life for them to do the right thing. It's not always easy to do the right thing, but the right thing is right. So who's ever hearing this, somebody needs to hear this testimony. Be encouraged. Continue to stand and do the right thing, because your Father in heaven smiles upon that. And there will be many tests that you go through. And those tests that you stand for righteousness for will prove to God that I no longer, not necessarily prove to God, but it's like, are you really out of this lifestyle? Are you really out of your old ways? And that's what a lot of times those tests come to do. They try you. And I've been tried, and I still get tried to this very day. But on different levels, on different situations. But I will say this, devil ain't got no new tricks. So he's still probably going to come around and find a way for me to accept some type of form of thievery. Nope. Can't do it. By God's grace and mercy, insight, wisdom, and conviction,